Well, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, baby. How are ya?
Well, I am absolutely wonderful.
Good.
So, we have had an interesting few months here, as have you.
Everyone has, yes.
Everyone. The COVID thing has just, in my opinion, really messed with my mind, with everybody else's mind.
It's kind of an emotional funk.
Yeah.
Over the whole United States, it seems. You know, people don't know. They're uncertain what to do.
Yeah.
Uncertain what the future's going to hold, etc. So.
Yeah, so we're not fond of this COVID. We just want it to go back to hell where it came from.
Yeah, well, that's where those things come from, for sure.
So, we've got a couple of videos that I'm going to put up. One I'm going to put up is just a little short one about where we used to live.
Yeah, it's just kind of a
45 years ago.
Yeah, really a memory lane kind of trip for us, because we were down in the Apache, Oklahoma area,
right,
for quite a while, because my brother-in-law was sick with leukemia, and we were there, kind of trying to be a little bit of support for their family as much as we could. So we took some of that time to do a little bit of running around and memories looking.
Right, absolutely. So,
may not mean much to you, but
no, but
hopefully
when we got married, we moved. We moved to Snyder, Oklahoma for a day. Actually,
it was a little longer than a day,
weeks.
But it wasn't long.
And then we moved from there up to Enid, Oklahoma. I went to work in a cabinet shop there in Enid, and then
first, before we even moved to Snyder, though, you worked for my dad for a while in Apache.
That's correct, in Apache.
Yeah.
And then I went to work on the fire department as a professional fireman.
Yeah, after you went to work as a cabinet builder.
Right. And really enjoyed all of those things.
Yeah.
But I got a little burnout on the fire department.
Yeah.
And at that time, we were having about 3 majors a week. 3 major accidents, mainly caused by drunk drivers.
Yeah.
And so when I got a call from the guy who had run for 45 years, he had run the scout camp.
Yeah.
Everett Cook.
Yeah.
He called me and said, Jim, when you were 14, you said if I ever left this place, you wanted to come here and do this job. And he caught me on the right day. Because I said, absolutely. I had just worked a big bad wreck, and so I said, yes, I want to get out of what I'm doing. We're going to come down there. So we did.
Yeah.
Moved in.
And we nearly starved to death.
I worked a lot of extra jobs there.
He worked a lot of extra jobs there. We had 2 little kids, not a lot of money. We did have a house at least provided for us, and we would go up and ransack the freezers and stuff after the Boy Scouts left.
Stuff that they left that would have been thrown away.
Food that would have been thrown away. And anyway.
So we just did what it
grew
took.
a garden and all that, and then ended up eventually moving away from there.
Right.
But yeah, it was
it's
one chapter.
Interesting to look back sometimes. So this just shows a little bit of that. We don't go around the scout camp or anything. We just show a little bit of what we where we
loved living on the scout camp. If we could only have made the money.
We loved it.
If we could have absolutely loved it.
If we could actually have eaten.
Yeah, that would have been the best part, if we could have actually fed our children.
Yeah,
and all that would have been great. But they weren't particularly nice, the people that were over us
at that time.
No, at that time they weren't nice to us,
and they made very bad decisions on money sometimes.
A lot of things, yeah.
And
even at our age, we were able to see that.
I called them and told them, I can't work with that if you're going to do those kind of things. I was a hustler, and I wanted to make money for the camp, and I sold a bunch of pecan trees off the place and cut them down and got them all ready, had all the deals made, and my boss sent somebody down and cut it all up for firewood.
Ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
But anyway.
It was money we really needed at the scout camp.
The camp needed it, not
I wouldn't
us.
have
Not us
benefited
personally.
from it. But the scout camp would have really benefited from that.
it's just one of those chapters in our lives that is back there way at the beginning, not long, well, we'd been married for, I guess, let's see, this was in 1977 when we actually moved there.
That's correct.
And
been married about 7 years.
We got married in 1970, so we'd been married about 7 years when we moved down there. So we were just pups. We were about 25.
Oh, yes, we were pups. A lot of experiences happened there. I almost died.
Yeah,
because
that was the chlorine gas.
Liquid chlorine directly in my lungs and burned my lungs and everything.
Yeah.
But the Lord healed me, so I'm in good shape.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Anyway, just enjoy this little trot down memory lane.
Yeah, thanks.
So we're at the Boy Scout camp. We just pulled in here to look at our old house. It was 45 years ago, I guess, when we lived at this scout camp, and we lived in this little house, and we had a huge garden just down the way. So this is where we lived. We left Enid, Oklahoma, where I was a fireman, and we came down here to take this job working for Boy Scouts of America.
It was in 1978.
It was in 1978, and the pay wasn't very good. It was $78 every 2 weeks take-home pay. Well, Debbie, we had, ooh, I got a real close-up. I got a close-up of your nose there.
No.
We're talking major close-up.
We had what?
So, it was 1978. We had 250 acres here.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of work, and we didn't make much money.
No.
But we had 14 horses. We had, some of them were ours, some of them belonged to the scout camp. We just had a lot of experiences here in a short period of time. And there's the sign for the corner. This is on Highway 19, just out of Apache, Oklahoma. And just taking a look here. I know you can't hear because of the wind, but taking a look here at what everything looks like around Apache. It's kind of rolling hills, the land. The trees are mainly in creeks. There used to be lots of windbreaks, but most of the trees now are either in fence lines. There will be still windbreaks and fence lines, and then also creeks, any kind of a little creek. Well, this is this grade school. Debbie taught music at this little school, and this is where Scarlett went to kindergarten?
I think second grade.
Second grade at this little Boone school. And now it's out in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't look like it's really being used for anything.